Alright guys, so what Kate and I are going to do tonight is we're going to set a crayfish trap, because starting right now we're going to do a 2-day eat what you catch challenge, right Kate?
Yes.
So we're going to set our trap tonight, and then tomorrow morning we're going to come check the trap. Hopefully we'll have a couple crayfish, and then we're going to fish right here, and we're going to hope to catch a fish so we can have our breakfast right here, right by the river, right where we catch fish usually. Usually we catch yellow perch. So we're gonna set the trap, and tomorrow morning, hopefully we'll have some breakfast, right buddy?
Yeah.
Alright, so let's set this up. So we're gonna use some old yellow perch that we caught a while back. We're gonna throw that in our trap, and we're gonna throw the trap out. Alright, so let's set that up.
I think there's also a bass in there.
And I'll film Caden throwing it out in the water. Alright, so Caden's going to throw that in. There we go. We'll check it out tomorrow morning. Hey guys, so it's the next morning. We came down to the river. We're going to do a little bit of fishing behind us on that big rock, and we're going to slowly work our way up to where we set that crayfish trap last night. We're going to cross our fingers because we didn't eat anything yet, and I'm already starving, so let's hope that we catch a fish, right Cade?
I'm looking hungry.
Alright, high five. We tried a few casts, no bites, so we threw out a bobber. So while we look at the bobber, we're gonna flip over some rocks in hopes to find some crayfish.
Oh.
Hopefully we'll find some crayfish.
There's a crayfish nest.
Usually we flip over rocks, we
Right
find
there.
a few.
Crayfish
Yeah, you
nest.
can tell there's been a crayfish there. So hopefully we're gonna cross our fingers.
Found us some bait.
What is that?
Snail.
Oh, there you go. All right, so we'll look around. hopefully we'll find something.
If we find any snails like this or any small crawfish, then we'll just keep them over here.
All right, so Caden found a crayfish under a rock he was flipping.
All right,
Sure.
this little rock.
Let's see that thing there, buddy.
Perfect.
All right, so we got at least.
It might not have any meat in its claws, but it definitely has some meat in its tail.
Yeah, so that's one anyway.
So.
All right, so we're gonna head on over to where the crayfish trap is, and we're gonna try fishing there, and hopefully there's some crayfish in that trap.
Now where?
All right, so we made it to the crayfish trap. Caden's gonna pull that out. We're really hoping that we have a few crayfish.
Or maybe even fishing. Oh.
Dad's getting really hungry.
We have a whole time.
Do we? Awesome.
We have a big time.
Oh, wow. That is super, super cool.
And
Look at
there's some
that.
Oh, look at that huge one
Wow.
with a. We're definitely gonna get a lot.
Looks like we have about 15 to 20.
I think we're lucky.
Oh.
This guy was outside of the
Oh,
trap.
we pulled it in just in time. All right, well,
You fell off, but that's
we're gonna pull those guys out, and I might even start cooking that while you fish. How's that sound, Cade?
that sounds good.
Yeah. All right.
Look
All right, so we ended up catching 16 crayfish in the trap, which is a surprise to me, but I'm really happy about it. So Caden's gonna fish while I cook up those crayfish, because we're starting to get hungry, so we got to eat something. Can you pass me another bottle of water, please, bud?
Yeah.
Thank you. Here, I want to put that in the backpack. Thanks, bud. Stand over here because the camera's right there. All right, so 2 bottles of water should be plenty to boil. Open that for you. You're getting thirsty, huh? Well, it's a good thing we set that crayfish trap up.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be having breakfast right now. There's a good spot to cook down there on that little island, but it's all sandy.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to light this up. Hopefully it works. I think it's on. Yep, I can see the heat, the shadow of the heat. See that?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're gonna heat that up. Once it starts to boil, we'll put the crayfish in.
Mhm.
Awesome.
I'm gonna check down here for more.
All right, so it's been about 10 minutes and the water's boiling, so now we're gonna throw some crayfish in, bro. We can't cook all 16 at the same time because the pot's too small.
You mean 17?
Yeah, so, yeah, 17 crayfish. So we're gonna start putting the crayfish in.
And see how many we can fit. Oh, look at that. Look at all this.
All right, so we'll just put one at a time,
A few at a time.
and as soon as they hit the water, they die.
Like that.
Yeah, just
He's
like
already dead.
no different than a lobster. All right, so let's put,
Fit maybe 3 in
yeah,
there.
let's put 3 in there, buddy.
You can. Oh, say we fit 3. He's already starting to turn around, which is what they do. They immediately start turning around. And when they're red, that's how you tell that they're good. They're good
Pretty
fish.
excited, huh, Cade, about our little challenge here?
Yes, I've been wanting to
Eat
do
only what we catch and forage today and tomorrow. So far we got 17 crayfish.
this one has a bit of dirt on it.
So
but
this
that's
is our breakfast.
our breakfast.
All right, so we'll cook
That
3.
guy's dead.
We'll cook 3 at a time.
Okay, now we just have to wait for those to boil.
Okay, so we were boiling our crayfish, and Caden noticed right here where I left my stuff that there's some wild mint. So what we decided to do is we're gonna pick this mint, a handful of it, put it in a bag, and our next challenge for today will be to go to 2 different lakes, hopefully catch some fish, and we're gonna cook lunch
And
if we catch anything. at one of the lakes. So now we're just gonna gather some of this mint. So we're gonna make some wild mint tea anyway, even if we don't catch any fish. So that's what it looks like right there. It's so cool. There's a whole bunch all over the place. And Caden's the one that found that. Because Caden and his big brown eyes he sees everything. Huh?
Yep. Even the baby musky ones.
Yep. Alright, so we're going to pick that up and we'll make some tea later on at our next location. Alright, so our crayfish have been boiling for about 10-15 minutes. And they're definitely ready. Look at that.
Mhm.
Look how nice that is.
Oh, that's very red. That has to be the
I
very.
didn't bring anything other than a fork. So I'm just gonna we're gonna put our crayfish
That has to be the reddest I've ever seen the crayfish we
right
cooked.
here in this little pan.
Dad, look at that crayfish, that first one that you took out.
Yeah,
It's just perfect.
They're nice, huh?
Yes.
Having a hard time.
Oh, I smell them. They smell
wow, look at
so
this
good.
one. Okay, so we're gonna do 3 at a time. That seems to be working out.
Yeah.
Alright, so what we're gonna do with the crayfish, see right here, there's 17. We boiled them up. I took all the meat out of there. So there's 17 crayfish right there. We're just gonna melt some butter and we're gonna reheat the crayfish meat in the pan of butter. That's how Cade and I like it. We like our crayfish with butter. Huh, Cade?
Yes.
Cade, you look like a cool dude.
Because of my sunglasses. We got them at Walmart.
Yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. And this is our breakfast, but it's 10:30, so it's kind of like more of a brunch. And I'll tell you one thing, I love eating and I eat a lot and I'm starving right now. And this little bit of meat
It'll be good.
I'll be eating half, Caden will be eating half. It's not gonna fill me up much, but that's okay. It's gonna be fun, right, Cade?
Yeah.
Alright, so it looks like the crayfish are ready. They're all soaked in that butter.
Oh my god.
That looks pretty good, huh, buddy?
And when I scorch this crayfish a little bit, sounds wicked good too.
So what do you think, Cade? You wanna have our breakfast?
Yep.
Alright.
I'm starving.
Me too. Well, that's what we got right there, huh, Cade? So we got about 8 or 9 crayfish each.
But before we eat, we have to say a prayer.
Yeah, before we eat, we'll say a quick little prayer. Thank you for this yummy food.
Yep.
All right, let's enjoy, Cade. All right, cheers to our crayfish breakfast.
That is
Mmm,
delicious.
that is so good.
Nice.
It's good when you're not hungry.
And it's good, even better when you are hungry.
It's even better when you're starving, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, that is so good. That is delicious.
That butter makes it so much better.
You know, this is the best breakfast I've had in a long time.
Me too.
Probably because I'm starving.
And because this is like the second time we had crayfish for breakfast.
It's a good thing we set that crayfish trap last night.
Otherwise, we would have gotten skunked and we would have had to go home and do our backup plan.
Yep, so this is awesome.
And our backup plan would be to restart the challenge.
So So as soon as we're done this, we're going to pack up and we're going to head over to a couple lakes. We're not going to tell you the names of the lakes though.
Unless you know where it is.
Yeah, so we're going to go to those lakes. But before we go, we're going to go to a spot where we found mushrooms before, and we're going to hope that we find a couple, just in case we don't catch any fish at those lakes. At least we'll have mushrooms to eat, and maybe a couple of those red clovers.
They're actually purple.
Purple clover flowers, and maybe we'll fry that up with any mushrooms we might find. So that way there we'll have at least some sort of food to eat in case we don't catch any fish.
And there's also a type of berry, which is out around this time, called I call it the bunch berry.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I like it.
So maybe we can try to find bunch berries tomorrow.
And there's also wild raspberries out.
But I have a funny feeling, Caden, that I might lose about 10 pounds in the next 2 days. We'll see.
I might gain a few pounds over the past few days from the fish.
Well, that was a small breakfast, but very good breakfast. That's the first time I had crayfish for breakfast.
I had crayfish for breakfast before, but I only had like 2 or 3.
Oh yeah, I remember that. All right, so that's pretty cool. So you up to, now we have to look around and see if we can have some lunch.
I'm gonna clean this plate.
Hey guys, all right, so we just did our breakfast challenge. We ate our crayfish, and I got a mosquito in my ear here. So now we came to a spot where we found mushrooms in the past. So we're hoping to maybe find an oyster mushroom or a king bolete or maybe even a lobster mushroom. So we're gonna go forage around and hopefully we'll find something.
I'm pretty sure king boletes are past.
Well, we'll see. All right, so we're walking around. We found these mushrooms. These are what right here? The old king?
I don't.
Or not?
Yeah, probably.
Not sure.
But I don't know.
All right, so we're gonna look around a little bit more. We've found oyster mushrooms here before, so we're hoping.
Look. It's an oyster.
Oh, hopefully it's a good one.
I think it might just be. Wait, what is that? I have no idea what that is.
Oh, a little mushroom there. All right, so Caden found an oyster. It looks like it's in pretty good shape too.
Oh yeah, this is
all right. Well,
good condition.
All
I
right.
like these. They have a nutty flavor like the king boletes.
All right, well, Dad, we'll cut that up. Oh, there's some further up the tree too. But these are a little past and they're way too high for me to get.
Yeah, but some of them are good. But I can tell, but
I hear some thunder in the distance, so. Ooh, yeah, I hear that. And you can kind of get a little close too. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this up.
now oysters are very good. Just fried up with some olive oil.
Well, at least we got something to eat. I should have brought a paper bag. That's okay. Look at that. All right, so I just cut this nice oyster up. So at least we have a little something to eat. Now we're gonna look around for more. Hopefully we find more. We're gonna try to be quick because I hear thunder.
Oh, I think I found some lobsters.
Some lobster? Oh wow, you did, Cade. Oh, I hope they're in good condition.
Oh, they do. They are.
Oh, sweet. You found the jackpot, Cade. Look at those nice big lobster mushrooms.
Look at this one.
Oh, they look like they're all in decent shape. You know what, Cade? I think we should pick as many good ones as we can because we don't know if we're going to catch any fish later.
There's
So
just one here. Oh, look at that little one.
nice.
There's 3 right here.
So if anything, at least we'll have mushrooms to eat, right, bud? Super awesome, buddy. Look at that. Those lobster mushrooms are so cool and they're really good.
These two are, those are
Well, it looks like we're not going to starve. We're not going to starve at all with all these mushrooms. And there's some more over here too.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, wow, look at this. Perfect.
All right, so we're going to pick these up and then we're going to go to our next fishing spot.
Look how big.
All right, so I went back to the truck in hopes to get a paper bag. Usually we keep some. I couldn't find any, but Caden picked all these mushrooms while I was there. Wow.
Those are going to be delicious.
Good job, Cade. You found all those too. Those young brown eyes of yours, huh? All right, so we're gonna bring these to the truck. We're gonna head on over to our fishing spot. Okay, so we stopped at our camp on our way to the lakes we're going to fish at. We decided to pick a couple of these purple clover flowers because you can actually eat these. So what we'll do is we'll pick a handful of them, and I think I'll fry that up with our mushrooms in olive oil.
If we catch any fish with them.
Yeah, that'll be a good meal if we catch some fish with it. But just in case we don't catch fish, at least we'll have mushrooms and this stuff. Right, Gabe?
Pretty sure we're catching.
Let's see what that looks like. So these are pretty good, actually. We make fritters out of that. We make a little batter. We dip that in the batter and deep fry it.
Scones?
Scones, yeah. But we're not going to do that today. We're just going to fry that in olive oil. Awesome.
That's all we are allowed to do.
Yeah, in our little challenge, huh? Our foraging and catch and cook challenge. All right, so we're going to pick a handful and we're going to head on over to the lakes.
Wait.
Yep, right there.
Yes, anything that is bigger than this.
Yeah.
Now, what I like about this little hook is that it's easy to take it out, and that big, easy to take it out of his mouth, and those big hooks that we normally use.
Caught something.
Yeah?
At least you caught something. You know what I mean? It's just a little guy.
First fish in the day. There's another one, too. So, here he goes. Just need to slide him on. Whole worm wouldn't fit on this tiny little hook. How can you get stuck in and stuck at the same time?
I guess that's out.
Noah? You can let us sit off of the duck. Oh, just I can't. I have a bit of a the size limit for trout here is the size that they aren't as good. 12 inches and bigger, they aren't as good. They aren't candy.
All right, so far we have 2 small pumpkin seed fish. They're not big, but we're gonna keep them anyway, so we have a little bit of meat to go with our mushrooms.
Hungry.
Yep.
And at this
So
point,
Caden's fishing just like that, and I got a bobber out there with my pole here. So far I caught one, and Caden caught one.
actually, I caught 2, but one we didn't keep because we weren't hungry.
We each caught a keeper.
Mine was small.
Luckily, there's no size limit on pumpkin seed.
It's like perch.
All right, so we're at our next lake. And at the first lake, we caught a couple pumpkin seed sunfish. They're not huge, but they're better than nothing. So I'm going to start cooking while Caden fishes. So I'm going to cook up our purple clovers, our oyster mushrooms, and lobster mushrooms. And while that's cooking, I'm going to fillet these little pumpkin seeds up. And I'm going to cook that on that stove right there while Caden fishes. So the first thing I'm going to cook are the clover flowers. I'm just putting them in olive oil. I'm just going to fry it up like that a little bit. Nothing fancy. And while I do that, Caden's fishing off the dock. Having a great time. He just caught a couple of big fall fish. Oh, he loves fishing. Alright, so I cooked up the purple clovers. Right now I'm cooking the oyster mushrooms. So I'm going to fry that up. I'm starting to clean out the pumpkin seed, and let me tell you, I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. Filleting a big fish is so much easier than filleting a small fish. So we might put that in the crayfish trap and throw that out by the dock there where Caden's fishing. He said he thought he saw crayfish, so we might try catching some. Alright, so I filleted 2 of those pumpkin seeds, and I think I'm going to throw those 2 parts left in the trap. And we're going to go throw that near the dock. See if we can catch any crayfish here. Things are starting to smell good, and we're starving, so this is going to be yummy. Okay, so while I was filleting more fish, still cooking the oysters, Caden came running and he caught another eater. He caught a decent sized yellow perch. So
maybe right now the perch will start biting and
yeah,
we'll get some
so
more food.
I'm gonna fillet that and cook that up too.
Okay.
Awesome, Cade.
Yeah.
Awesome job.
Yeah.
Alright, so I just crushed our crackers to bread our little fillets. The lobster mushrooms are cooking. Caden's taking a break because we're getting a little thunderstorm. It's raining. We heard some loud thunder. So luckily we have this roof over our head. Nice little place here. They got all kinds of grills for people who want to come here and cook on the grill. Nice place. I really like it here. Another picnic table with a roof over it. If we hear any loud thunder, we might go in the truck if we see any lightning, but in the meantime, we're cooking up a storm, huh, Cade? You having fun?
Yeah.
All right, we're getting really close to finally eating what we caught and cooked and what we foraged and cooked. We're just about done. Yeah, so those are our little pumpkin seed nuggets along with 1 yellow perch that Caden caught. And it's unfortunately still raining. So while we eat, hopefully the storm passes. Okay, so our food is ready. There are our plates right there. Ooh, that looks actually really, really good. And we're starving because it's like supper time and we're just having lunch. So while we're eating, I'm gonna pour some water in here. We're gonna put that wild mint that we found this morning in that pot of water. And we're gonna make some tea while we eat. Look at that. Is that cool or what? That's super cool. All right, let's chow down there, little kid. This is awesome, kid.
I'm assuming this is perch. So I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this perch. Oh, the perch is good. The perch is very good. The biggest pieces are perch. Oh, look at that! I have both of the perch fillets.
Oyster mushrooms are good.
All
Lobster mushrooms.
All of that tastes the same. pumpkin seed, just like yellow perch. And that's what I picked. What would have made this a lot better is if we had a white perch.
That's something on your chin. You can piece of flour.
A little. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm glad we did this challenge. It's yummy food and it's healthy food.
And it's delicious too.
Yeah. The biggest feature we have a lot is the oyster food. Boy, that's good.
Boy, those crows are happy. Or they're mad.
Maybe they're yelling at God saying, why are you making this?
So maybe when we're done eating, we can go try fishing a little bit. Maybe catch our supper, our late night supper, and we'll pull out our trap before we leave too. I think it's slowing down pretty good. I haven't heard thunder in a little while too. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. That is a beautiful piece of mushroom. Stir that mint around. I ate the fish really fast. Oh, me too. It was so good. Yeah, that's so good. Well, it wasn't much food, but it was good food. I still had some. Okay, we're all done eating, and the tea is just about ready. I'm gonna shut that little stove off, let that cool off a bit. Ooh, I hear some thunder. I better tell Kate to come back in. Usually I carry some coffee filters with me when I'm making wild teas, so I can filter out, you know, the leaves or whatever it is, whatever kind of tea I'm making. So I have paper towel, so I just doubled it up, and that's what I'm using as a filter. It does the trick. And the crows seem to be really interested in this. They're really excited, or they're really pissed off at us. Ooh, that's gonna be good. Alright, so we got a pretty nasty storm out there, so we decided to put a night crawler on the hook with a bobber and wait it out right in the truck while we have our tea. Right, Cade?
Yeah.
Here, cheers, Cade. Cheers, buddy. So that way there, if the bobber goes down, we can just run out and maybe catch another fish. Caden just caught a nice yellow perch.
And a small one.
And a smaller one, so we have a little bit of supper for tonight. Alright, so we're just gonna wait. It looks like might have some clear skies coming up, so that's cool.
Yeah, that's good. Good. 2 minutes. Till then, we're just gonna wait it out.
Alright, we're just about done fishing at this lake, and we're gonna pull our crayfish trap out. Let's see if we caught anything. I'm not thinking we're gonna. Nope. Nothing. Alright. Well, we tried. Alright, so we left the lake. We stopped home real quick to get some stuff. And we're going to have a sleepover at our camp. And we decided to throw this not minnow trap, but the crayfish trap out in the water. And we'll come check it tomorrow morning. And hopefully we'll have some crayfish for breakfast tomorrow.
Still has a pumpkin.
Yeah, we got the pumpkin seed fish in there. There we go.
That's a good spot.
We'll see what happens tomorrow morning. Now we're going to try fishing here a little bit, and if we catch something, we'll let you know. All right, we made it back to our camp, and we just cut up some lobster mushrooms. Kaden did a good job cleaning the mushrooms while I filleted a couple yellow perch. So now we're going to, for supper, a late supper, we're going to eat these lobster mushrooms, and we're going to fry up some perch, but very small fillets.
At the river, when we were fishing at the river, I did catch a keeper. I caught 3 perch. Only one was a keeper. The others are like 4 inches.
Yep, so now we're going to cook that up. Alright, so we got perch fillets from 2 fish. They're not very big, but it's better than nothing. And the mushrooms are cooked, the lobster mushrooms. Ooh, that's gonna be delicious. So soon it'll all be ready, huh, buddy?
Yeah.
You like that, huh?
Just gonna have a little piece.
Go ahead.
Yummy.
All right, so it's about 9 o'clock at night. We're tired, we're hungry, and we're doing our challenge of just eating what we catch and what we forage. We didn't catch much fish today. We just caught, this is 2 small yellow perch and a couple lobster mushrooms. So we're gonna eat, we're gonna chill out, maybe watch a little movie and go to bed. And then tomorrow morning, we'll cook some more mushrooms and we'll forage around for something to add for our breakfast.
And we'll also
And we'll check our crayfish trap. We'll hopefully we'll catch another fish. And tomorrow night, we're gonna treat ourselves to pizza and a movie.
And
Yep.
also right now tomorrow morning we're gonna cook this up and make it into tea.
That's right.
This is called pineapple weed, and it's called that because it smells like pineapple.
That's right. All right. So we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
All right, guys. So it's the next morning. We slept really, really good. And we went out foraging for some of these purple clovers. Well, the flowers anyway. And we made a little mixture. We put flour, brown sugar. I put cinnamon. And Caden doesn't like cinnamon, so made a batter to his liking. And we're going to heat up some olive oil, coat the flowers in that mixture, and deep fry it. We call these clover scones. They're really good. So this is going to be our breakfast. So that's what it looks like while they're deep frying. So basically all I do is put 4 or 5 flowers in there. Oh, the water's ready for the hot chocolate. And I just coat them with the mixture. And once the other batch is done, I throw these in. I'll try to do this here with one hand. Yeah, I let them cook on that side, then I flip them halfway through, and that's all there is to it. Pretty cool stuff, and they're delicious. Alright, so breakfast is ready. It's been ready for a while actually, but we ate about half of them. So these are mine. Those are Caden's. Like I said, we already ate about half. Caden's taking a little break from the survival challenge and playing his little video game there while I was cooking the rest of them. So we're going to have breakfast, then we're going to go check our crayfish trap. Start working on lunch. Then we'll be done the challenge. What is it, Cade?
It's a delicious clover scone.
It is a delicious clover scone.
This is my batter. That's Dad's batter. This batter is just made out of flour and brown sugar.
Yep.
And water. His is made out of flour, brown sugar, cinnamon, and water.
Yeah, I like a little cinnamon in mine. Yeah. All right, so we're going to finish these up, then we're going to go check our traps. They're really good, huh?
And fish a little tiny bit.
Yeah. All right, so we got to the river where we set a crayfish trap last night. And, well, we're going to see if we caught any crayfish.
Water's actually went up.
Oh, yeah, the water did go up overnight.
Oh, we have some.
We do?
Have a few.
Not a whole lot, but we do have a few. You might want to pull that out of the water in case there's one that's just on the outside.
Oh, I see him. Oh my God, that's a humongous claw.
Yeah, take that trap right out of the water there, bud. Nice.
Oh my god, that is a huge crayfish.
So how many do we have?
I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 crayfish.
7? Well, it's better than nothing, right?
Yeah, better than nothing.
Alright, cool. Well, we'll bring that to the camp. Well, first we're going to fish a little bit. Hopefully catch a nice bass. And then we'll go to the camp and eat it. I'll put those in a little pail or something. Alright, well, we're back at our camp. We didn't catch any fish. And we only have 8 crayfish, but we're still full from the scones anyway. So I got some water boiling. We're going to throw those crayfish in there. And once it's all shelled, once they're all shelled, we're going to fry that up in some butter and have a little lunch. Alright, so I just took the meat out of the crustaceans, aka crawfish, crayfish, crawdads, and fried them up in some butter. Now we're going to eat it. There's not much, there's only 8, but we're still full from eating those clover scones this morning. We each had about 20 scones, so they're pretty filling. Alright, so this is going to be the last of our challenge, our 2-day challenge. Our last meal of the challenge is a small meal, but like I said before, we ate about 20 scones each, so we're still full from breakfast. So we caught 8 crayfish, we boiled them, took the meat out, divided it in half. So now we're gonna dig in. Okay, cheers, buddy.
Oh, that's better than yesterday's.
Good stuff, huh?